Guys, I am back with another video and today I have a banger for y'all. Today we're going to be ranking and putting all of the heal type characters into a tier list for Shinobi Striker. So for all of y'all who play Shinobi Striker, get your healer builds ready because you are gonna like this. So first up, we have got the first healer that you get in the game, and that is Sakura. So where should we put Sakura? So most people say that Sakura is trash in the anime, but in this game she's actually pretty decent. She brings you two jutsus, cellular extraction and cherry blossom clash. Both are pretty good. I rate both of them, and her ultimate is okay. It's mitotic regeneration. I know people who use it, but I personally don't use it too much. So yeah, that's Sakura for you. Next up, we have Sarada, Sakura's daughter. So I like Sarada in the anime a lot, like in Boruto. So I watch Boruto. Please don't judge me. So I would put Sarada in B tier, right, with her mom. I'm not sure if she's above Sakura or below her. Let's just put her below her because I like her ultimate a lot. It's the Uchiha Shuriken Jutsu, I think. It has something to do with an explosive shuriken. So if she throws it, you get all of your health back. It's pretty good, and it charges up like really fast. So her other two jutsus are Crimson Drizzle, I think, and she has one where she like throws a bunch of kunai down, and it works like a healing tag type 1, where you just place it down and it heals all of your teammates and you inside that area. I think it heals you for more though, but still not a very like innovative jutsu. I'll just consider it a duplicate. Next up we have Hinata. So Hinata is an A tier. She has one really good jutsu and one amazing ultimate. So her jutsu is Byakugan and the air palms. So Byakugan, not that great. Maybe good for flag battle or something like that. Maybe base battle. But other than that, no. Where will I be using Byakugan? Her air palms, on the other hand, I will be using that in a lot of places. If I want to play combat healer with Naruto Last Battle's jutsu, I am using Hinata, no doubt at all. So her ultimate as well, it's really good. It's the gentle twin lion palms, so that's really great. It resets the opponent's ult, so it's really annoying to go up against. And I don't think it's a one shot, but it does a pretty good amount of damage and charges up super fast, like amazingly fast. I didn't know that ults could charge that fast. So next up we have Shikamaru. Shikamaru is above Sakura. Let me put him above Sakura, please. Yeah. So he has one really good jutsu, and his ultimate is pretty good as well. So both of his jutsu are the Shadow Stitching Jutsu, which I use a lot, along with Sakura's Cherry Blossom Clash. It's literally a one-shot kill. Pair this up with Purple Lightning or something, you have the ultimate one-shot kill combo. So then we have his other jutsu, Shadow Strangle. It's not that great. It's kind of like Mind Transfer, but Mind Transfer has tracking and Shadow Strangle doesn't, so I would recommend Mind Transfer more. So basically launch out a shadow, and then if it hits them you have to wait like for 3 seconds, and then you can just strangle them with it. It doesn't do too much damage. Shadow Stitching though, it lowers their defense and you can combo into it very easily. Next up we have the last free to play healer character, as in free to play meaning he's included in the base game. So Kabuto, I'm gonna put him in C tier. He's not that great. He has a pretty good ultimate, and Chakra Scalpel is pretty good, although Sonade's Jutsu, the nervous system rupture, is better. Chakra Scalpel is still relevant, but I personally don't use it too much. So his two jutsus are Chakra Scalpel, which is like a way slower Chidori for heal types. I wouldn't say that it's a Chidori because it doesn't even have as much movement, but it's kind of like it, I guess. And his other jutsu, Cellular Activation, is just a healing jutsu. It's okay. And his ultimate is pretty good. It's widely used by healers. It's Feather Illusion Jutsu, so you can just put everyone to sleep within like a certain area, and the area is pretty big, and if you're on a map with pitfalls, this can be really useful because you can just pitfall people who are jumping. Okay, next we have the DLC. So the first healer DLC we got was Tsunade. Tsunade has to go in D tier. Actually, you know what? Let's bump her up to C tier. This same case as Orochimaru. She has like one pretty good jutsu. In this case, it's an ultimate jutsu. So her other two jutsus aren't very good. She has nervous system rupture, which is pretty good, but listen to me, it's a duplicate.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
We don't allow that here. No one likes duplicates. They're unoriginal. Even if they have better tracking, we do not like them. So we got a duplicate jutsu from her. And the one more outrageous thing we got from her is another duplicate jutsu, which was Cherry Blossom Clash duplicate, which was Heaven Foot of Pain. We really did not need that because we already had Cherry Blossom Clash, we already had Crimson Drizzle. We did not need a third one, especially for the healers. But her ultimate, the Summoning Slug, no, that's not it. It's like where you summon a bunch of slugs for all of your teammates and it heals them up rapidly and brings back their ult. It's really good. It doesn't revive anyone like my Taught to Create generation, but it's still really good. Next up, the next healer DLC we got in the game was Onoki. So in Season 2, we received a lot of love from the Shinobi Striker community. We got 3 healer DLCs, and that was just like really good for healers. Now Onoki, where should I put him? I'm gonna put him at the top of B tier because that's pretty much what he is. He has one really good jutsu that's Super Light and Boulder. If you're a heal type and you're gonna play Flag Battle, I would really recommend to run this. It shortens your ninjutsu cooldown times, and I think it increases your jump and movement speed by a lot. So it's not a like bad buff, like where it's just very minimal. It's huge buff, kind of like Kamui, but it goes for like your whole team, so it's really great for Flag Battle. His other jutsu is pretty great for Flag Battle as well, although it can be like countered by Cellular Extraction very easily. But if they don't have Cellular Extraction on their team and you're playing Flag Battle, they're pretty much losing. It's Super Weight and Boulder jutsu, so just like how you get a movement buff if you activate this jutsu, they get a movement debuff, so they go much slower, and I think their ninjutsu cooldown times are also like much longer. So that's a pretty good jutsu. And the one thing that brings him down from being along with Hinata is his ultimate. His ultimate isn't that great. People can sub out of it like pretty easily if someone hits them while they're in the particle thing. He basically just summons particle jutsu and then he hits you with it and just dismantles all of the matter in that area. But I just don't think it's very good. It is a one-shot jutsu, but tracking's not that great, and also you just can't guarantee that they won't sub out of it because someone could hit them while they're in the particle thing, and it would just be a waste of an ult. It doesn't charge that fast either. It charges pretty slow. So next up we have Ino. So I'm gonna say Ino is an A tier. So Ino has a pretty good ult, a really good jutsu, and an okay jutsu. So let's talk about them. One of her jutsu is mind transmission. So you basically launch your like mind or soul into someone else, and like if it hits, you can activate it again for like them to hold like a paper bomb, and then they just blow up. It does pretty good damage, but just like I said with Shikamaru's Shadow Strangle jutsu, it's very hard to hit because people just knock them out of it. Because we're not playing 1v1s here, are we? We're just playing team battle or survival exercise, and people will just, they don't respect 1v1s, they just team on you. So I don't really think it's viable for any game mode. But for pitfalls, it can be useful. It's kind of like the feather illusion jutsu, they just go to sleep, and you can pitfall them if they're in midair. So that's pretty good, I guess. Her other jutsu is mind transmission palm sage jutsu. It's amazing. It's like the one thing that can dethrone palm sage other than cellular extraction. So you basically just sit somewhere still and then you heal your team from afar. It doesn't heal for as much as palm sage and you can't move around when you're doing it. But the fact that you can just heal your team without being in the fight, that is just cheap, but it is OP. So there's that. And yeah, Ino's ult is pretty good. I use it all the time, but I don't think other people do. It's the mind transfer. It's like a higher version of mind transfer. I forgot the name. It's like mind transmission clone jutsu or something. It just basically launches like mind transmissions into 100 around like whatever base you're on or whatever area you're on, and it catches them, puts everyone in that area to sleep, and it does a good amount of damage. It used to one shot, which made it OP, but now it does a good amount of damage. It's like 3/4 of a healer's health bar, and like 3/4 of an attacker's health. 3/4 of a ranger's health bar. For attackers, it does like half, and for defense, it does a minimal amount. So it's pretty good. You can still pitfall people like that. So I would recommend it for pitfall maps. I think it's like a better feather illusion. Doesn't have as much range, but is pretty good for base battle and stuff like that. So next up, we have Mei. Mei is an S tier DLC or character. So Mei's DLC was like broken at the time it came out. Now it's gotten like, what do I say, nerfed, but not actually nerfed. Like there are so many. Let's first talk about her first jutsu, which is the lava jutsu. It's not that great. You spew out lava or around you. It's kind of hard to hit, but it can like cover a base, like a good amount of area, and it lower their movement speed when they're in that area, and they take damage over time. So I think it's pretty good. It counters water pillar and sand shield and other like jutsus that you need to guard break to break. So that's pretty good. And her other jutsu is water pillar, and this is the reason why she's up here, pretty much. Because water pillar is amazing. Like, even if there are so many counters these days, it's still an amazing jutsu. Because sometimes they don't have their cooldown. They can't like do it with a weapon. The only ninja tool that can counter water pillar is a fire release bullet, and not everyone has that. So, has the ninja tools can counter it other than the scientific ninja tool. And the other one is Rasen Rampage, Kurama Twin Impact, and a bunch of other jutsus can. Even her own lava jutsu can break water pillar. But I still think water pillar's OP because you can just imagine you have Ino's mind transmission palm sage jutsu, right? And then you just sit inside your water pillar just invulnerable and you're in the combat. So you can be like a combat healer that can heal your team at any time. That would be OP. You could hide and do mind transmission palm sage, or you could just stay in the action and do it again. Do it as well with water pillar. So you're basically invulnerable. And it's amazing for taking bases. It's amazing for VR missions. I probably shouldn't be mentioning that because I don't think any of us do VR missions anymore other than just grinding and unlocking characters. But overall, Mei is a good DLCN character. Her ult is pretty good as well. It's the solid fog jutsu. So that thing, it just covers like a huge amount of area. I think it's more than feather illusion, and it does a lot of damage over time. So you just can't ignore it if you're in it. Can't ignore it at all. So the last character we have here is the only healer that we got from Season 3 of Shinobi Striker. Hope we get some more in Season 4, but Naruto Last Battle is the best healer DLC. Or healer character in the game, actually. So let's talk about his jutsus. His first jutsu, the most OP from his artillery, we have the orbs, the Truth Seeker orbs. So now those are OP. Like, you can't even tell me that they're not OP. They break guards when you activate them. They used to be even more OP because you could just wall splat people and just melt their health. Doesn't do too much damage now, but you can activate it again and launch the orbs, and it just resets their ninjutsu cooldown and ninja tool cooldown. It's kind of like Hinata's air palms, but it's better because you can just become invulnerable while you're doing it and get armor. His other jutsu is really underrated. It's the Six Paths Chakra Rebirth. People don't use it enough. It's like a cellular extraction, but it doesn't heal your team. It knocks people back and it gives your team armor for 1 second. So that's pretty good, if you ask me. But I think it's just really underrated in the Shinobi Striker community. Should be given more appreciation for what it does. And his ult has made every single other ult in the game just not even worth it anymore. You can just buy his DLC for his ult. That I can confidently say. Because you know why? His ult doesn't build up fast. That's not why I'm saying it. His ult has amazing tracking. The Rasen Shuriken never misses. And you get kills every time. You get your ult, it's a free kill. Free kill or 2 kills or 3 kills. Sometimes you can squad wipe with it if it's base battle. So I would recommend his ult to any beginner healer in the game. And it's really beginner friendly, and it heals your team and you. Gives all of your team the cooldown, for their ninjutsu. It's just amazing. So that's our ranking of all of the characters in Shinobi Striker. Hope you like it, and be on the lookout because this is a 4-part series. We're done with the 3rd part today, and we have the defense one coming out. I know that's the one that you've all been waiting for, but just wanted to make you guys wait a little and be a little patient. The next video for the defense type tier list probably coming out next week or so. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and See you guys in the next video.
Double text when I feel my heartache. Nigga tryna figure I'm dead, but I'm still sipping on Bacardi. Put it back like I'm fucking with a Harley. White folks told me it's gnarly. Stand on your block, just hit a milli with the rock. I ain't talking